Start streaming. It's live, status is live, so we should be ready to go. I did not.
Did you get it?
Yeah, we're live.
We're live?
We're live, ready to go. I did not do anything with the bill.
Did Russ, get on the phone?
Yeah.
All right, I give him a hard time. I noticed today these, I guess they're right on, aren't they? Okay, I got 5 o'clock. Everybody please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with justice and liberty for all. Call the November 25th, 2020 Town of Alexandria Board meeting to order. This is being streamed live at alexandria.statdvr.com. Text messages during public concerns or privilege of the floor can be sent to 315-778-5665, and they can also be sent to 315-489-1613. Okay, so I need a motion to approve the minutes, and I think I've put a copy of the minutes in front of everybody, but we have some additions or corrections, and I think everybody is going to want to look over the additions and corrections that have been prepared, and we'll deal with them at the next meeting.
Can I give them?
Yeah,
it was from me.
Yeah, that's fine, no worries. It's just a draft.
Yeah, no, when I started going through it,
Okay.
some of those notes that people motions weren't there, and then that big discussion, that's here.
Yeah.
And
I have some more things that I would like to add to the additions or corrections.
Yeah, no worries.
Some things that I said, and I'll put those on paper.
Yeah.
I'll put those on
I
paper.
just didn't want to go word for word and do the whole.
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah, no, see, that's good.
And I thought we should have a little bit more detail.
Yep.
Yep, certain items we should.
And I do want to, just based off of that conversation, I have looked around the building, around this building, and there is, because the way it was left in the conversation, I wasn't clear if there was lights now or not lights now, and there are lights all the way around the building.
Now.
Yeah,
so,
Nicole.
you know, the conversation that was had was taken back, was was 5 years ago about. So that safety concern is no longer there.
Right.
I did mention
About what?
to Supervisor Sweet that the cameras outside, when I try to log in, they're fine, they're great during the day, but at night, it's very dark. And when I talked to Russell at Staff Communication, he said the reason for that is because they need to be cleaned.
Okay.
So I let Chucky and him know that, so that, you know, whoever the building cleaner is needs to knock the cobwebs down outside, because the cobwebs are, actually, sometimes you can even watch the little spiders doing their thing at night, but if because the cobwebs are reflecting the infrared light, causing us not to be able to see images, so
no problem.
that needs to be taken care of.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, we'll hold off, and maybe we can address the issue that
that'll be fine.
I talked to you about, get a ruling on that too. Oh. No, it's not here. No problem, we got the other one, so we'll hold off on the budget transfers is what Nicole was asking, because she was waiting for an answer from Mike Lasan, and she didn't get it at the end of the day. So she's not 100% sure on them, so we're gonna hold off on those. Okay, not a problem. Okay, all right. Live streaming yet?
Yep.
Anybody know that it is? I got somebody text a question, is it live streaming yet?
I can't see it on my phone, but I can see it on that computer.
Yeah, the phone's important.
Right, no, that's why I looked on my phone, I couldn't see it.
guess we should ask Ronnie or Susan or somebody to text us and tell us if they see. Yes, it is, I just got.
Okay, there you go.
And that's Steve Jarvis. Okay. Sandy Caputo should be. Okay. Okay, so on those minutes, we're not gonna approve those, we have some additions and corrections. The next thing is a motion to pay the bills. I just got another one that is, I'll turn this goofy ringer off. I've been through all the bills completely, and I had a bunch of questions on 6 or 7 of them, and those questions have been answered. I think some others have been through them, so I'll need a motion to approve the bills.
I'll make the motion.
Motion by John,
I myself have not looked at them, so I can't.
Can you second
I've
it?
been through them, so I'll second the motion. Any further discussion on the bills? As I said, I've been through them all very thoroughly, and I had some questions, and those questions got answered by Jay, Jamie, and Nicole. So I'm fine with them. All those in favor of paying the bills signify by saying aye. Aye. All those opposed? None. Motion passed. Privilege of the floor. Anybody like to speak from the floor? Okay, next we'll go to open up the fuel bids. We only have one fuel bid. We had this situation before, Jesse, with one bid, and we rebid it because we didn't have any competition, and then we got some more competition. I guess my question is do we reach out to the other companies that have bid in past?
I have. I mean, not personally, like calling them on the phone, but everyone that last year or the year before that has sent us anything via by email, like, North Shore or Marabito or anyone that has anything to do with that, I've emailed everybody and gave them the specs, gave them everything that they needed. The only people that I did hear back from was North Shore and Marabito. Because we're not doing propane, we didn't hear from Suburban.
This was advertised as well, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Advertised in the TISON and advertised on our website. Yeah.
And they could come in
you can only do what you
we're
can
right
do.
there for them.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it'd be great to get more than one, but if you
Maybe
do everything
maybe
you can.
part of the deal here is two of the same companies had the bid for quite a few years now.
Why was that?
Maybe,
I mean, they should, North Shore is usually the lowest, aren't they?
yeah.
And they didn't even bid this time?
Yeah, North Shore was bought out by Marabito,
Okay.
and Marabito was the only bidder, which is an even bigger company.
Yeah, I know.
So, okay, so I'll read the
How does
price.
that compare against last year?
Heating oil, Gulf Rack Syracuse, $1.1065 a gallon, 0.25 differential, fluctuating bid price 1.3565, including tax and New York State LUST fee 1.3575. Diesel fuel, differential 0.21, fluctuating bid price 1.3819, including tax and New York LUST fee 1.3829 a gallon. Clear kerosene if needed for winter blend with diesel, fixed differential 0.21, fluctuating bid price 1.6445, including tax and New York State LUST fee 1.6455. Non-ethanol gasoline 90 octane 0.22 cents a gallon, fluctuate or differential $1.4764, fluctuating bid price, including tax, New York State LUST fee 1.4774. Term of contract January 1 through December 31st of 2021. Fluctuating price is based on the rack price the day of delivery plus the fixed differential. We can furnish contact information on local contractors for furnace repair and or maintenance upon request. please notify accepted bid by written notification to Mirabito Products, Joe Estevita, via email and email address as put here. Thank you for giving Mirabito the right to bid.
Do we know why nobody else bid?
What's that?
Do we know why nobody else bid?
Do we know why?
Yeah.
I haven't heard anything. Why have you?
I have not.
No. I think that last year it was more of a hurried up situation. This has been out to bid for, I wanna say 45 days.
Oh, it's fine.
I know it's been over a month.
I mean, I would think other companies would like to bid on it, but I guess
And
they
I
don't.
think that also in the past year, we had an idea that another company wanted to bid on it because I think another company had contacted us or something. So we actually did not do the bid and we redid it last year. And I think we may have gotten another bid when we did redo it, but.
Well, I think you also had propane that was involved with it
Yes,
as well.
and that was
I know
confusing.
Suburban had spent in
Yeah.
a quote as well. A bid.
And, yeah, because, Mirabito called me and asked me what was going on with propane, and I said, because of all the issues we had with propane last year, and because when you change propane, suppliers, you've got a tank issue, because it has to either come in their tank or we have to own the tanks, and you all know what we went through looking into owning the tanks, and we decided not to spend the money to buy the tanks.
And we were getting delivery of tiny quantities.
For huge prices.
Right.
And Nicole, I've taken care of that, because she's called the two companies that deliver to the big tanks for the generators, and we're on a will call now, whereas they were just coming and they'd given us 10 gallons at $4 or $5 a gallon. I remember, Sandy, you noticed the price, and it was ridiculous. So what's happening is these generators are starting up in a test mode, and we're burning 10 or 20 gallons a year, and they come and fill them up. And for one of those trucks to come and fill them up, I understand that it's gonna cost a few bucks to fill them up, but they only put 10 gallons in them, and that was the situation. So what does everybody wanna do about this bid? Do we wanna accept this bid, or do you wanna rebid it?
I say we accept it. I mean, it's not like we didn't put it out in time, and if Jesse has contacted all the different companies around, it's not our fault, and they shouldn't be punished because they did the right thing and they got it here on time.
And I'll also say that their service, and everything that we do with them has been excellent.
Oh, it has been.
Yep.
So accept the bid.
Yep. Okay, I'll take a motion to accept the bids as I just stated them.
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Sandy, I need a second.
One second.
Second by John, any further discussion? I'll just read that, this motion to accept the bids, the heating oil's got a differential of .25, and the price including tax and the New York State LUST fee is $1.3575. The diesel fuel has a differential of .21 a gallon. The including tax New York State LUST fee is $1.3829 a gallon. The clear kerosene has a differential of .21. The including tax with New York State LUST fee is $1.6455, and a non-ethanol gasoline 90 octane has a differential of .22 a gallon, and then including tax and New York State LUST fee is $1.4774 a gallon. I have a first and a second. Any further discussion?
What does that differential mean? You keep saying there's a differential or something. What does that mean?
It says on here that plus the fixed differential. I'm not really sure.
Isn't it the rack price? I think it's.
I mean, when they say the differential, that differential is to the rack price, like
Right.
you're saying.
So I
So
think
they're saying
it could
they-
either go up 30 cents or stay
Yeah.
within that, up to that.
The other pieces of paper that came along with that, do they have like, more than, that's not the only piece of paper that came with that bid, right?
I think the rest is our bid stuff.
Is there any explanation in there? I think it's a range, but I'm not exactly sure.
I believe it is a range. And one of the reasons is because these prices change daily.
It protects them and us, that's
Yeah.
what, you know.
So they're telling you how much they can vary from the rack price. Doesn't say anything in this paperwork about the,
They all bid it that way, right? Like, I mean, it's nothing new that's thrown at us.
yeah.
I just know like.
Heating oil,
bids that-
municipal building,
like
local
you said,
water
they would-
treatment plant, arena.
had language in there that would allow you to take advantage of that price up to a certain point, a percentage, and then anything beyond that would have to be renegotiated, so it's kind of like what they're talking about there.
Yeah, yeah.
But you were also obligated to take a certain amount.
Doesn't say that here.
No, I'm talking about the OGS contract, but
Yeah.
I'm saying these contracts have language
Yep,
that protects both parties.
right. Yep. Okay, so we're gonna, we got first and a second, further discussion, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Alright.
Okay.
All those opposed signify by saying nay. Okay. So they would just like us to send them something in writing.
Yeah, I'll pick that packet up after.
Okay, and I'll sign it. So I just signed that, okay, Jesse said we accepted the bid. Piney Castle Stables acquisition update number 2 on the agenda. Don't really have anything to report there. I know that, Mr. Morocco had his people up there working a couple weeks ago, and he's supposed to get a hold of me as soon as he has completed doing everything that needs to be done. I did have Ron Peterson, the environmental stage 1 person that did the original report, call me. He calls me every 2 weeks to find out where we're at. And the agreement that I've told him, as we had discussed at a board meeting, is that when we have the okay from Mr. Morocco that he's completed everything that needs to be completed, we'll send Mr. Peterson and his company there. He told me it would only take him a few hours to do an examination and an inspection to verify that all of the issues have been taken care of. So that's kind of where it's at, and I haven't heard anything in a couple weeks. Junkyard application for Wills. Application for a license to operate an automobile junkyard business made pursuant to section number 136 of the general municipal law. This is something that we have to do every year. It gets renewed every year, and it's basically ask who the land is owned by, is the applicant the sole owner of the business, state previous experience of applicant in conducting automobile junkyard, describe fencing, screening, gate, locking devices, lock gates, fences, stretches across all road frontage or property. If anybody's been out there to Wills's, they put a tremendous amount of fencing and scales and new systems in out there, and he keeps it in really nice shape and keeps it all behind the fence. And that's the big thing that they're concerned about, that the town would have the right to not give him a license if he wasn't doing what he needed to do. I've been there quite a few times this fall, and he's it's completely fenced in. So I need a motion to give it, we have to sign that license,
Yeah, it just has to be approved.
it has to be approved.
Yeah, it's $25 for a fee to have the junkyard license. Part of that fee has to go to New York State, for the junkyard license, but the town deems that it's necessary to have that.
I've been out there as well, you know, it's a junkyard, but it looks, it's totally fine, we got no complaints.
It's a junkyard behind fences.
Yeah, I know, but no complaints from any of the neighbors?
No, I don't know of any, there's,
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay.
There's never been one.
And Norris hasn't said anything about it?
yeah,
Okay,
yep. So I need a motion to approve that.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Motion by Sandy, need a second?
Okay.
Second by Mike, any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All those opposed? None. Motion passed. Weed harvester boat, there was a picture in the paper, there was an article about it. It arrived about 2 weeks ago. It was out here in front of the building for a good part of a day, and, we put it into storage. And, just to reiterate again, the purchase of the boat, along with the equipment that's, associated with it, was 100% grant funded. And we will hope to begin work with that boat next spring.
Now, I noticed when I started to look through the bills that we had to pay initially. I said, I noticed when I was going through the bills, we have to pay initially. How long do we expect before the grant will pay us back, or before we'll be reimbursed?
I mean, the grant was extended for a year. So our initial operation of that boat with the crew and with everything else will be paid for by the grant. And that'll be in the spring. And I don't wanna say it'll be all next summer. I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to check into that as far as how long.
I don't think that's what Sandy's asking.
Right. I think I just seen a bill in there where we paid up front for this.
Oh, how long?
How long until
okay.
the grant money pays us back?
Nicole submits that, and I wanna say that it's usually within 30 days, but she's listening to us. She can tell us, or text me and tell me. I wanna say it's 30 to 60 days before we get reimbursed.
Okay.
Yeah.
And where is it being stored?
Where's it stored? Being stored at, what's the name of that facility? It's owned by the Duran brothers. I forget the name of the facility down on the old Goose Bay Road.
Next to Sampi, he bought that building.
Sampi's old building.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, now, one other thing, next year, or the first year, who's gonna operate that?
We're gonna have the guy and his crew from Governor that has experience and has done it before.
Cause they have a boat just like
Yep.
this from the same manufacturer.
Yep, just a little bit older version, it's a couple years older, and they're gonna be teaching and training, our people to do that.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Because when they came here, they gave us a little quick rundown on various things, and that gentleman was here as well. Since he'd operated one like this for some time, it was, except for the brand new stuff, he kinda knew everything about it. But for all of us, it's the first time we've seen it, it was all new.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cause there's a lot of little things that
Yeah.
if you don't do properly, it's not gonna be a very good thing.
Yeah. Okay, I had a text earlier, and I just wanted to say that Councilman Thompson is here. He was trying to get a COVID test for the last 3 days, and he's been unable to get a COVID test until Monday. So he decided to be rather safe than sorry, and said that he wouldn't attend the meeting, but he is listening to the meeting, watching and listening to the meeting. And if we have any questions for him or anything, he said feel free to reach out to him with any questions. And I know he was planning on coming to the meeting and was trying to get a test, and he couldn't get a test. He tried quite a few places. Okay, rink schedule, you have that, Mike?
Yep. Okay, I got a rink report, for the ice rental from November 4th to November 25th. I mean, and this again, this is a very unique year, so ice rental is impacted by lots of different, all this COVID business. Anyway, the figure skaters have rented, for that time period, 20.5 hours. TI Youth Hockey, 24.5 hours. Canton Steel, it's a youth hockey organization out of the Canton Potsdam area, 6.5 hours. And, Alexandria Central School Learn to Skate, 5 hours. And for this Learn to Skate, it's, the time for this program is provided free by the town. This group started with close to 50 skaters, and according to Jerry, the state limits 50 on the ice at any given time. So they broke the group into half, and roughly 25 or more, which is really good. It's showing a lot of kids have some interest in this. So half skate on Tuesday, the other group on Thursdays. And the town provides skates and helmets for kids who need them. And on that note, I was talking to Jerry about that, these skates, they're all donated. If anybody listening that has skates they would like to donate to this, it'd be great. Helmets, you know, any of the hockey related stuff, but at any rate, these skates have not been sharpened for some time. And they sit over there, and I'm sure they're kinda rusty. We should look for somebody that sharpens skates. Would be nice if somebody would donate their time to sharpen these skates, but whatever, we should get them all sharpened. Do you know anybody that
Alan
sharpens?
Taylor.
Who?
Alan Taylor does that. He
Okay.
bought all the equipment from, Dale. His Dale Honeyman.
Okay, yeah,
Alan Taylor?
We should do it up at the
Alan
rec
Taylor
center.
does all of it now,
Yeah.
yeah, he has one.
So I'd say we reach out to him. He's always been involved in the town, and we'll see if we can
Yeah,
make a
good.
deal with him.
Right, we should, if you could do that.
Because you're talking quite a few pair of skates,
Oh, a lot.
so it's a,
Yep. Also, I think it's like 3 hockey players from the Watertown Wolves on their own come up here, and they skate with the kids from school. That's they've got a total of 5 hours of their time, and I guess they run a practice that's somewhat similar to what they normally do. The 3 players will break up the ice into 3 different areas, and they work with, everybody that shows up, and will kind of rotate around to the various players, and I guess it's very popular. Free public skating is 15 3/4 hours. I'm reading here, it says it's been slow, but 21 skaters hit the ice on Sunday, November 22nd. It's like everything, as the season starts, there's not a whole lot of people. They're not into winter sports yet, but now they're starting to pick up. Skate and shoot, total of 2 hours is booked. Nobody's signed up for that yet. And 2 hours of private ice rental. The problem with that is the state still does not allow any contact, anything, private or otherwise, so public or otherwise. So I was talking to a carrier earlier today. There's like 20 guys that are looking to do this. Next thing you know, they're going to play in the hockey. I mean, I do it. They would start playing a game, and we can't allow that. So you have to watch out for that. And the Tiny Tots is 3 hours a book. It's a Sunday morning program from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. It's provided by the town free of charge. Yeah, but if you could look into that ice skate sharpening, that would be great.
if you could get his number, do you remember in the past, what does it cost to have one pair of skates sharpened by?
It's like $8.
Yeah, so,
Taylor just got her stuff from Alan, and it was like $8.
yeah. So, yeah, if you could give me his number, I actually might even have it on my phone, we'll
He
see
just called the other day,
see what kind of a deal we can get. That's the rate schedule. I want to talk to Bob Slide, talk to the board a little bit about having him write a letter to the dock phone company, looking for a refund of the monies that we paid to have the phone, the dock fee. Guys already volunteered to refund us the money. I have in the next couple items here about the docks, and I've sent out some things looking for prices on new docks. I have one building supply tell me that we should go to another building supply because they have the best docks at a lower price, different than what we were looking for. I did get a bid price today from Route 37 Building Supply, and I don't mean to say a bid, an estimate of $16,000 to do the docks. That was for 5 8x24s. I think we've all decided that we're not going to put the what is that called that was on the end of the dock? The gazebo. We're not going to put that back out there. It would take special docks to support that gazebo. I've talked to the people that live in some of the cottages and houses right at the end of the road in Butterfield Bay and asked them about it because I was worried about there being an uproar if we didn't put that back out. And they said, no, not at all, no problem, no uproar. And that gazebo caused a problem this summer with emergency personnel trying to unload people at the end of the dock and carry them in gurneys, and they couldn't get them by the gazebo. So there's a couple of things we have to address there, and this is just the beginning stages. if we're gonna do a formal bid for this, or however we're gonna do this, I think it's something we gotta talk about, and obviously we've got some time this winter to.
Now, these new floaters, these wouldn't have permanent anchors.
These new floaters are exactly like the floaters that we put in at Goose Bay.
So they come out in the fall.
And what we did at Goose Bay is we tied buoys, they have permanent anchors that are anchored out there. We put buoys on the chains, and we unhook the chains from the docks, and we pull the docks into shore, and pull them up on shore, and just kind of tie them loosely together, which is what a lot of people are doing with floating docks nowadays. You don't leave them rigid because you want the ice to be able to move
They
them.
still be in the water.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm driving at it, just
Yep.
they have to come out of the water, where do they go?
yeah. And if you take them out of the water, you got a lot more handling,
Right.
and they're somewhat fragile.
Yep.
When you start trying to load them on a trailer or pick them up with a loader or whatever, so
It's a matter of time for some time now.
I think our floaters at Goose Bay have been through 2 winters, I think, and they've been fine. So, so we'll continue on that process, and then one other thing that we did have a brief discussion about, and I did have one of the dock building companies express interest to me that he would be interested on bidding on those docks. So I had sent Mike Tibbles an email 3 weeks ago and asked them to make sure that they didn't touch the floating docks that they have stored and stocked at the town barn. They've all got 36 new cleats on them. They've got, all the wood is on them. There's a couple of them that they had, there's one that I think they had to cut apart, or they had to cut it in 2. But I think we should try to put together something that we put them out for bid. I think we surely don't want them.
I'll get whatever we can get out.
And it will be a buyer beware situation. Well, somebody with the time and the expertise there's a couple different ways you could fix those that have been brought up to us, but we don't want to go there. We'd just like to replace them, I think, is what we all decided. So that's 6, 7, and 8. Anybody have any other thoughts on as far as selling them? I think we take some pictures of them and put them out for bid. Rob, do you have any thoughts about that? Yeah. Now, if we can get something, I mean, if somebody wants to rebuild the bottoms of them and put new floats in them, you've got 5 20-foot sections. The top sections are all great. Lumber, you know.
They're steel floats? They were steel pontoons?
Yep. Yeah. Yep. So they might be worth something to somebody. Okay. Number 9, sent a letter to comptroller representing the town's corrective action plans and asking for an extension on the corrective action plans due to the home rule legislation that the town is applying for. We sent that letter out to them after our last meeting, and I got a letter back from them saying they completely understand, and actually saying they were very happy to hear that we were dealing with their legal department and trying to fix our ordinances. That was from the Syracuse Comptroller's office, Rebecca Wilcox. Budget transfers, Nicole asked us to hold off on. Highway Superintendent report. I understand that Highway Superintendent is out of town and I don't have a report. I think that Bobby Calhoun is acting in his, I'm not sure, but if Bobby's the deputy, I was told by Nicole now, so I'll try to touch base with him on a regular basis so he knows he can contact me if there's anything going on. Zoning report, I have nothing. Water report, I have nothing, and the sewer report, I have nothing. Hire outside accountant, we have those 2 proposals from 2 outside accountants, and I've called the 3rd one from Utica twice now, and I haven't gotten a call back. I'll try them again. I'd like to have 3 to choose from. Mike Lasan, our accountant, was here the other day for a full day. Went through all of our financials with Nicole, gave her a grade of A on everything that she's doing and everything that she's done. She does have a few questions at the end of every month as far as how to handle some adjustments. He takes care of that. I see a reply that he had sent back today answering 2 questions that she had about 2 adjustments. It was a very good meeting. I think everybody got to meet him. I think we're all pretty excited about him being our accountant. We talked to him. He brought up some information in regards to the litigation of Redwood Sewer, and he feels very confident there in being able to help us in that area. So he'll be the one that will be answering the questions and answering the report that we're supposed to be getting. We were supposed to have gotten a week ago the report in regards to the audit. Number 16, I'm going to wait till next meeting to when Ron is here and when Bob Sly is here in regards to this unanimous decision about going back to Supreme Court. 17, Route 12 sewer expansion, finance. That's one of the things that Mike Lasan said that we should look into a ban. That account right now is at $286,000. So one of the things he asked me to do, Rob, is to talk to you, have you get an idea of what continued amounts we would need before we could go into the permanent financing, for you to give us an estimate of, if we're at 286 now, do we need to do a ban for 400 or 500 or what? So it needs you to look ahead a little bit, figure out what the time period is, because we are getting some things done now that we got easements, and that's going to be a 60 or 90-day process, isn't it? Yeah. So after we do the easements, what are we looking at for how long till we have permanent financing?
Well,
Does permanent financing come after the project is completed?
yeah, the permanent financing doesn't happen until the job is done, but you get short-term financing, hopefully later this winter. She indicated, the person from EFC indicated probably February time frame. I drafted a letter for you, and I sent it to the EFC. I don't know if you saw it. I think we have everything that they need, other than Nicole's helping us with the constitutional debt limit.
Yep.
He's helping us get that answer. So hopefully next week we can send everything in, and then we'll be able to set a closing date on the short term. Once the short term is in place, they'll carry all your short term borrowing at 0%. So, you know, the order of magnitude is probably close to what you said. You know, 4 or 5,000 or 100,000 to get you well.
We need you to take a look at that and give us a solid figure.
Can I get an accounting of the 270 or 280? Do we have that?
We'll ask
Nicole would get that.
We'll ask Nicole to send you one, or you send her email and ask her if she's listening, which I think she is, and she can send you on Monday the $286,000 breakdown of where we're what that is.
Legal and everything. Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I can help with that.
Okay. And you're going to do a cover letter for the easements, and you're going to do
got the easements.
and you're going to do a map for the easements.
And we'll do a map for each property owner so they can see where the line's going on their land.
Yep.
And then we'll have to probably divvy up the piles, 38 of them. They all have to be notarized. So we could put in the office number here and call and make an appointment if they need to come here and get it notarized. Or they can go to a bank or somewhere and get it notarized.
Yep.
But we can't go to bid until we get all of these things. I'd like to try to get that over the next couple months.
That's all there is 35?
30, I think there's 38, yeah. No.
You know how to turn that fan off?
I just always turn the heat down, turn the temperature down to
I think that's cooled down before it shuts off.
That's what I moved the thermostat down, but
It's all the process getting those easements, because people want to.
Attorney's bill, is that,
see the
attorney's
line.
temperature down?
A lot of times they want the line on their lateral, they might say move it over
Furnace
here.
works, by the heat that's in the blow, it's gotta push that out and that'll shut down.
Meetings,
People are
everybody.
complaining, so, well, I get a couple. So we probably should think about that.
About what?
Turning that off.
Yeah, before. Number 18, amend the Redwood sewer ordinance to allow outside users. I had a conversation with our attorney Sly about that 2 days ago, and he's working on amending that ordinance so that we can do that, and it's a process that we have to go through, as everybody knows, when you amend an ordinance. That's what we're gonna do to take care of that situation, where we have 2 people that would like to hook up to Redwood sewer.
But not just, I mean, it's really good that these two people, in a funny way, that are doing this, because we don't have any language to cover outside users in any ordinance, so by doing this, it kind of starts just taking care of the bigger problems.
Yep, and then December, I've talked to some board members, I think everybody would be in favor that we officially change the December town board meeting from 2 days before Christmas to which is a Wednesday, to the Wednesday before, which is December 16th. Everybody okay with that? So I need a motion to change our meeting, relieve our meetings at 5 o'clock, or at this time, do we want to change them to 6 o'clock as we have been asked to by the public?
Is it gonna be another short one? I think December's gonna be short.
Yeah, I mean, I know where you're thinking, Sandy, because the moving from 5 to 6 sometimes means that we're here till 9 or 10 versus,
No, I was thinking I wanted to go to the Legion Christmas party for dinner, so I wanted to be out of here by 6, not start at 6. That's what I was thinking
well, why don't we leave it at 5 then, for that one?
for that one, but
We can address that issue.
I do think that starting the first of the year, we need to go back to the way it was at 6 o'clock,
6
so
o'clock,
that
okay.
more public involvement will be here. But I think we don't have any this time because it's the day before Thanksgiving, and
Yeah.
I think it's probably gonna be the same way in December.
Yep.
But starting the first of the year, I do think we should be back at 6 o'clock.
Okay, so I need a motion to change the meeting in December to 5 o'clock on December 16th.
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Sandy, second. Second by Mike. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
Yeah, Ronnie's chiming in,
Yep,
he's saying he's all for 6 starting, and then we,
yep. And since the attorney isn't here, we have no executive session for litigation. So that's all, that's 43 minutes in. Anybody have anything else? No? Okay, we'll take a motion to adjourn. Motion by Sandy. Second by John. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. And everybody have a happy, healthy, and safe Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Yep, same to you.
Both kids home?
Yeah, they're gonna be home, yeah.
okay, so, you finishing up?
Yep, go turn that speaker off.
I just got to see Charlene the other night. Yeah, I haven't seen her in a while.